Hi guys, so today I want to talk about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Do I think what happened to him is sad? Yeah, it's definitely sad. I believe that no one should be executed or assassinated because of their speech. Just because he has different opinion, that doesn't mean that he deserves to be killed. Especially to me, he's a nice guy. He's not rude about it, and he's not an arrogant person. He's not like a loud mouth. Yes, I saw a clip that he snapped one time, but that's just one time that I saw he snap. But I think it's just sad for him to be killed. And also it's sad to see people celebrating his death. But at the same time, this is why I think that um freedom of speech doesn't really work. It doesn't work anymore. And I've been saying this for a long time. Okay? I have been saying this for a long time. The freedom of speech doesn't work. I don't know why Americans are still trying to deny it. And the reason that I don't think freedom of speech is working is because it's very simple. Do you know how many times people are getting into a fist fight over speech? You know, it's a lot. And now we're at the point that someone got killed, assassinated because of his speech. In today's world, people think that if you can shut them up using logic, facts, or whatever, they find it to be rude. And I don't know what to say about that anymore. You know, everyone wants to win in every debate. Everyone wants to win in every argument. No one's willing to give in. No one's willing to admit that they're wrong. That's why society is just sad. And Charlie Kirk, I've learned some things from him. I'm not gonna lie. But this is the problem with freedom of speech, because Charlie Kirk is one of those guys that he truly believes in freedom of speech. The problem with freedom of speech that I experienced and I saw in America is that people don't know when to stop. They'll keep talking and talking and talking until until some crazy people out there that just can't stand you and they just want to strike you. And unfortunately, Charlie Kirk was a victim of that. And I don't know how long does America needs to keep, how long they want to keep this going. Let me tell you something. In Thailand, we have freedom of speech too. But the difference between my culture and American culture is that we know how to be considerate about it. We still watch what we say, because we know that certain word can trigger people's anger, and we don't want to get into a tough situation. But in America, they don't care about that crap. Just look at TikTok. How many of those First Amendment auditors are going around aggravating people? They try to use freedom of speech, First Amendment, to protect themselves when they know that they're just standing, when they know that their true intention is they just want to keep filming people up close to get a reaction. And if you give them a reaction, you fall for the trap. And it sucks that, we cannot retaliate against these type of people physically, because First Amendment. First Amendment in America makes people rude. I'm sorry, but freedom of speech doesn't make America. It's supposed to make the country beautiful, but not in a culture like America, where people are just out of control. You have to discipline people first before you give them privilege. But in this country, we automatically give them privilege, and that's why, people, they are the way they are in this country. Like in Thailand, for example, we pretty much have 90% freedom of speech. The only thing that Thai government wants is for you not to disrespect the royal. Now, in modern day, right? In modern day's world, Thai people, they can't accept that. They want to be like the American, where if we don't like the royal, we should have the right to criticize them, right? But that's the Western way. But if you really think about it, okay, guys, if they just asked you not to criticize this particular group, which are the royal people, is that really gonna fuck up your life? You still can make money. You still can go out and party. You still could get your sleep. You still can be rich. You still could be happy. It's not that big of a deal. But unfortunately, in today's world, because of this, because a lot of countries are being influenced by the Western of freedom style, that's why, in today's world, I believe that people are more toxic than before. We have more rude people. I mean, I don't think Charlie Kirk deserved to get killed, but at the same time, because he strongly believed in freedom of speech, and that's why there's people out there that just can't stand him. I'm not saying he deserved it, but I just feel like some people just can't stand him, and to the point that they want to kill him. Because he believes freedom of speech so much, and he doesn't learn when to shut up. Every day he goes out there debating people. At the same time, he gets people mad. That's just the reality of his job. He goes out there, open his mouth, yeah, 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 yeah. He got a lot of people mad. Let's just put it that way. I still don't think he deserved to get assassinated, but you know, there's crazy people out there. I'm sorry to say to Charlie Kirk. I mean, I'm not happy about his death, and I don't think it's fair for him to die like that. But I just want to spread the message that we need to stop this lies and scam and delusion that freedom of speech existed. Okay, it's not. If it exists and if it works effectively, people shouldn't be killed, shouldn't be punched in the face for saying certain things. And it's funny because a lot of people that are disagreeing with people making memes and celebration of his death, you guys are angry about that. But guess what? If you believe in freedom of speech, don't get mad at them, because that's their freedom. I disagree with the celebration because I always believe that it's easy for you to celebrate other people's death when it's not your own death or your family or your loved one's death. Okay? You have to understand, Charlie Kirk has 2 children, man, and they're still young. They're all minors. And for them to lose their dad like that, and he's only 31, dude, like, that's not funny, man. But at the same time, this is a toxic that we created in America. Freedom of speech, say whatever you want. There's consequences, man. I was a victim of freedom of speech. I got terminated from my job because of freedom of speech. You know? Freedom of speech doesn't work, man. You still need to watch what you're saying. You need to stop the delusion that, like, I'm gonna go around saying whatever the fuck I want and people should take it. Yeah, many people could take it, but there's gonna be some crazy motherfucker out there that's not gonna take it. And that's just the way it is. You know? Rest in peace, Charlie. That's all I gotta say.